Alrighty, so you might be wondering why this video is late. Firstly, there was a wedding going on. Yeah, I'm not gonna spill the details. I'm gonna keep a lot of it private because, well, it has to do with my personal life. But the short story goes is that one of my cousins had a wedding and it was on at the same time as the Iowa Speedway O'Reilly Series race went on, so I had to record it. Yeah, I had to record the show itself. Well, the race itself. And then there was another day trip that I had to attend to. Yeah, I was planning on filming this video on Tuesday after I recovered from, well, the wedding. Because you gotta recover from a big event, am I right? So, there was a day trip that I absolutely forgot about, and that's another reason why this video was delayed. But anyways, on to the feature presentation. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and this is one race where I had to record as I had to attend my cousin's wedding, but I was able to watch the end. And this is one race where Sammy Smith decided to run a Michael Annett tribute scheme. Rest in peace, Michael Annett. You will be remembered as one of NASCAR's greatest O'Reilly Series drivers of all time. Anyways, this year's Hy-Vee Perks 250 begins with Ryan Sieg jumping to the lead. Roger Carruth falls back. Allgaier, Creed, and Kvapil battle for fourth. Sammy Smith also joins in on the fun. Jesse and Carruth battle for seventh. He is trying his best not to go below the chase cut line. The battle for third continues. Sheldon Creed was not able to get past Carson Kvapil. Ryan Sieg continues to lead. Sammy Smith is right on the bumper of Jesse Love. Come on, man, get past the championship stealer. He also managed to get past Roger Carruth, and he has to try his best to hold him off. Sammy Smith falls back a bit, but he gets to the bumper of Jesse Love and tries his best to take sixth from him. And a caution just came out. Nathan Bird spun out and lost control. Good lord. No wonder why I put it on LP. I always put it on LP just in case there's attrition. The race restarts with Ryan Sieg jumping to the lead. Chastain takes second. Jesse Love gets into the wall and falls back. He also has transmission issues. Thankfully, he made it to pit road on time, as he still can't put it in fourth gear. Jesse Love also gets a speeding penalty. And he's out of the race. Oh no! Anyway, Ryan Sieg continues to lead. So far, not much is going on. Justin Allgaier got to the bumper of Ryan Sieg, and he's now trying to get past him. Allgaier tries getting past, but Sieg holds him off. Lap traffic then becomes a factor, but Justin Allgaier is not giving up that easily, and just like that, Ryan Sieg holds off Justin Allgaier and wins the first stage of the 2026 Hy-Vee Perks 250 at Iowa. But anyways, our first race off pit road begins, and shockingly, Sheldon Creed wins the race off pit road. The second stage begins with Sheldon Creed and Sammy Smith battling for the lead. Meanwhile, we have one heck of a battle in the back. Anthony Alfredo manages to pull away. Ooh, caution just came out. Kyle Sieg gets loose and loses control. The race restarts with Sheldon Creed being pushed to the lead by Justin Allgaier. Allgaier and Creed battle for the lead. Allgaier slides a bit. Brandon Jones falls back and William Sawalch gets past him. Chastain is trying to get past Brett Cruz while also trying to hold off his teammate Roger Carruth. Allgaier and Creed continue to go at it. Here we go. The battle is on. Creed and Allgaier both want to take the lead. Justin Allgaier almost got into the wall. Phew, that was close. And just like that, Allgaier tries getting past. But he overshot the corner. Jesse Love, who looked like he was going to be out of the race, is somehow back in the race. Yeah, go figure. Creed holds on to the lead, but then Allgaier takes it. Lap traffic also becomes a factor. Justin Allgaier manages to pull away as Sheldon Creed gets held up by lap traffic. Justin Allgaier manages to pull away as Sheldon Creed gets held up by lap traffic, and just like that, Justin Allgaier wins the second stage of this year's Hy-Vee Perks 250 at Iowa Speedway. But anyways, our next race off pit road begins with Justin Allgaier wins the race off pit road. The third and final stage begins with Justin Allgaier jumping to lead. Creed is still on the bumper of Allgaier, and the battle for first continues. Meanwhile, Day and Sawalich battle for 8th. Chastain is also trying to hold off Kvapil. Corey Day taps the rear bumper of William Sawalich, which cost him 2 spots. Man. Both Chastain and Kvapil easily get past him. Corey Day tries to get to the back bumper of Sawalich, but he overdrives the corner. The caution just came out. Anthony Alfredo spun out and lost control. Brandon Jones comes down to pit road during the caution period. Anyways, the race restarts with Justin Allgaier continuing to lead, and as expected, Creed is back in second. Carson Kvapil and Brent Cruz have contact, and the battle in the back goes 3 wide. Sawalich spins out, loses control, and the caution just came out. But anyway, several drivers come down to pit road during the caution period. Sheldon Creed wins the race off pit road. The race restarts with Justin Allgaier jumping to lead. And the caution just came out. And guess who caused it? Yep, Carson Ware. He spun out and lost control and he hits the wall. What the frickin' do? Of course it had to be Carson Ware. He also gets involved with Jesse Love. During the caution period, we get an interview with Andrew Overstreet himself. And we also get the pit crew spotlight for the front tire changer Ryan Mulder. The race restarts again with Justin Allgaier and Sam Mayer bound for the lead. The caution just came out. Good lord. Can we please get the race started already? LeVar Scott loses control and hits the wall. Ellis almost crashes with him, but thankfully he didn't. Phew, here we go. The race restarts. With Mayer and Allgaier continuing to lead. Mason Maggio gets involved with Patrick Starpoli, and the caution just came out. Derek Lemke also gets the free pass. Allgaier, Mayer, and Green come down to pit road, but anyways. And Parker Reslov gets penalized for too many men over the wall. Dang it! Here's to hoping we'll get a full lap in this time. Here we go. The race restarts with Jeb Burton jumping to lead. Chastain takes the lead after Jeb checks up. Kvapil and Sieg battle for second. Holy crapper! Jeb and Cruz have contact. And the caution just came out when Corey Day got into the wall and had some contact with Sammy Smith. Not again. Jeb Burton comes down to pit road. The race restarts with Chastain and Ryan Sieg battling for lead. Chastain and Ryan Sieg continue to go at it. Kvapil is also behind them. Ryan Sieg almost pulls away, but Chastain holds him off. Meanwhile, Cruz and Allgaier battle for 7th. Oh man, this is so exciting! Allgaier manages to pull away from Cruz. Lap traffic becomes a factor which caused Carson Kvapil to take second from Ryan Sieg, but Ryan Sieg won't go down without a fight as he gets second back. Jeremy Clements comes down to pit road due to a flat tire issue and a wheel space issue. Jeremy Clements comes down to pit road due to a flat tire and a wheel spacer issue. First time hearing that. Kvapil takes second from Ryan Sieg again. Allgaier and Creed battle for 4th. Sadly, he doesn't have enough pace to run down the leaders. Chastain gets caught up in lap traffic. Hill and Cruz battle for 6th. With 11 to go, Allgaier gets loose while battling Ryan Sieg for 3rd. Phew, so glad he saved it. Lap traffic continues to be an issue for Chastain while he has to deal with Kvapil. The caution just came out. Jeb Burton has contact with Patrick Starpoli, and then he loses control and blows the tire. The race eventually gets into the green-white checker phase, aka overtime. I still don't understand why they call it overtime, by the way. And it restarts with Kvapil taking the lead. And chaos ensues, which brings out another caution. Brent Cruz gets checked up, gets involved with Justin Allgaier, and then Sam Mayer and Ryan Sieg also got involved, and Ryan Sieg is out of the race. Dang it! The race gets into the second green-white checkered phase and it restarts again with Carson Kvapil jumping to the lead. Carruth takes second. Here we go. It's the final lap. And Carson Kvapil is trying his best to hold off his teammate, Rush Carruth. And just like that, Carson Kvapil wins back-to-back at Iowa Speedway. Yeah, I mean, he won back-to-back at Indianapolis and then took another win at Iowa Speedway. Yeah, 2 in a row. In my opinion, this is a much better race than the Brickyard, as there was more going on, but I'm still not a fan of Iowa Speedway. To me, it's always more of a placeholder track, even though it turned out to be a sellout last year, but still. Iowa Speedway, in my opinion, is always going to be the one track that is going to be a placeholder for another track, but still, it gets an 8 out of 10. As there was a lot going on, and I have to review the next race as well. But anyways, it is time to sign off. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace out. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and welcome to this year's Iowa Corn 350. This year's Iowa Corn 350 begins with Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney bound for the lead. Tyler Reddick gets involved with Eric Jones. The caution just came out. No, not Tyler Reddick. I cannot believe he got wrecked out with Eric Jones in one of the crappiest track services known to date. To make matters worse, Denny Hamlin also has brake issues, and he can't even repair the brake rotors themselves. Sucks, doesn't it? But rules are rules. They're also not allowed to change brake pads even though they were failing. Dang it. Anyways, the race restarts with Ryan Blaney continuing to lead. I mean, what else was going to happen? Hold him off, Larson. Do not let Joey Logano get past you. Blaney continues to lead while Larson holds off Logano. Austin Dillon is somehow in 5th. Wait, what? Chastain is in 7th, and Trackhouse also won the MotoGP race at Silverstone. Excellent job on that win, by the way. So far, not much is going on. Denny Hamlin moves up to 22nd. Kyle Larson gets into the wall when Joey Logano managed to get past him. Ah, crap. This is not good. Ryan Blaney gets caught up in lap traffic. Also, this is the first race where the new stage brake procedure is implemented. Well, the first Cup Series race. If the caution comes out within 10 laps of the planned stage break, then it'll count as the end of the stage. Yeah. Good thing NASCAR came up with this rule. Larson is in danger of losing third to Gibbs, and just like that, Ryan Blaney wins the first stage of the 2026 Iowa Corn 350. Anyways, our first race off pit road begins, and Ryan Blaney wins the race off pit road. The second stage begins with, yep, you guessed it, Ryan Blaney continuing to lead. Logano is in second. Don't let him win. And the caution just came out. No, not SVG. Not even he is safe from Iowa's poor track surface. He got loose and lost control. Anyways, pit road is open. Several drivers decide to come down to pit road. Ryan Blaney wins the race off pit road again. The race restarts with Chase Elliott jumping to lead. Wait, how did he get there? The caution just came out. Not again. Michael McDowell tags Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and then he hits the wall. The race restarts with Ryan Blaney taking the lead. Chase Elliott takes the lead and Blaney falls back. Out of nowhere, Bubba Wallace takes the lead. Blaney and Wallace engage in the battle for the lead. Christopher Bell gets loose after he has contact with Kyle Larson. Ross Chastain is ahead of Kyle Larson running in 6th. Larson, though, has to hold off Josh Berry. Kyle Larson's tires start to lose grip. Man, his tires sure are wearing out. Caution just came out. Of course it's from Carson Hocevar. He spun around and lost control. Anyways, several drivers come down the pit road and Joey Logano wins the race off pit road. Whatever you do, to let him win. And Bubba Wallace gets penalized for going too fast on pit road. Not again. The race restarts with the two JGR drivers, Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell, battling for the lead. Christopher Bell takes the lead. Larson has contact with John Hunter Nemechek. Larson has contact with John Hunter Nemechek, tags Alex Bowman, and the caution just came out. Alex Bowman also hits the wall. Kyle Larson also has a bent toe link. Man, he just cannot catch a break this year. The race restarts with Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin continuing to go at it. Bell takes the lead while Briscoe takes second. Bell now has a 2-second lead gap and not much is happening. Gibbs somehow got past multiple cars and is running in 6th. Wait, what? Hold him off, Chastain! And just like that, Christopher Bell wins the second stage of the 2026 Iowa Corn 350. But anyways, our next race off pit road begins, and Ryan Blaney wins the race off pit road. Joey Logano has issues on pit road. Oh no! Anyway, the third and final stage begins with Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott battling for the lead. Blaney takes the lead while AJ Allmendinger appears in 6th. Chase Elliott falls back to 7th. Denny Hamlin's brake issues continue to persist. Holy crapper, Ross Chastain is in 3rd. Hopefully a caution will give him a chance to take the lead. Ah crap, Gibbs took 3rd. Get past him, Chastain! Also, I forgot to mention that Ryan Blaney wore a special Kyle Busch tribute helmet, so that's a good reason for him to win that race. Bell and Blaney battle for the lead. Contact ensues as Bell attempts to get past Blaney, but Blaney holds him off. Bell takes the lead. Hamlin and Chastain battle for 4th. Lap traffic becomes a factor. Blaney is now in danger of losing second to Gibbs. Ah crap, Gibbs got past him. Blaney comes down to pit road while Christopher Bell gets stuck in lap traffic. Hamlin's next to come down to pit road. Bell and Gibbs are next to come down to pit road. Chastain also does a good job at holding off Gibbs, but Gibbs still managed to get past. Dang it! Bell is on his tail. Bell and Gibbs battle for position. Chastain comes down to pit road. With 15 to go, Bell and Gibbs battle for the lead. Gibbs continues to hold off Bell. Here we go. The battle continues. Christopher Bell's on the bumper of Ty Gibbs, and on the final lap it's now or never. Well, Ty Gibbs won. Yeah, it would have been a lot better had Ryan Blaney won, but it wasn't that exciting of a race, and it proves that short tracks just don't work with the next-gen car. This race, in my opinion, gets a 7 out of 10. There wasn't a lot going on, and the race itself also got ruined by a Ty Gibbs win. Yeah, I praised Ty Gibbs for his first win, but this time his win doesn't mean much. So yeah, it would have been a lot better if Ryan Blaney won. And I was kind of pushing the definition of a short track, because, well, is it a short track or intermediate? But anyways, it is time to sign off. Yeah, let me know if you think it's a short track in the comments. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.